Hello friend, I want to tell you about the Mercedes R171 car. If you are looking for a relatively young German roadster that, in addition to prestige, will provide you with excellent performance and sensational driving characteristics, you can choose from the BMW Z4, Audi TT, or Mercedes SLK. We have already reviewed the first two cars, so this time we will take a closer look at the latter. What to look out for when buying? The Mercedes SLK R171 engine range does not include diesel units, but I guess this decision by the manufacturer does not need any special explanation. A roadster with a diesel engine under the hood is a combination that, according to radical motoring fans, should never happen. However, in the latest generation of the Mercedes SLK, the Germans decided on the CDI version. Well, car manufacturers have to adapt to the requirements of increasingly demanding customers. Since there are no diesel engines in the SLK R171, it might seem that all problems related to the drive unit are eliminated. Nothing could be further from the truth. In the V engines, faulty gears were installed on the balance shafts. The 1.8L engine with a compressor, which does not have this problem, causes the least problems. The compressor may be damaged. All petrol engines also have fuel pump failures, cases of increased engine oil consumption and leaks. Be sure to look at the drive unit from below, even if you have to remove the lower cover. Performance? Even the weakest version of the SLK R171 guarantees quite decent acceleration, from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 7.9 s. In the case of V6 engines, this time is shortened to 5.4 to 6.5 s depending on the version. Top AMG versions do it in 4.5 to 4.9 s. Fuel consumption? The 1.8L engine with a compressor in the city will be satisfied with even 10 to 11L 100 km. In the case of the AMG version, in the same conditions with a hard drive, you will easily exceed the magic limit of 20L 100 km. Rear-wheel drive and a front-engine layout are undoubtedly the best drivetrain you can use in a roadster. Mercedes has opted for independent multi-link systems for both the front and rear suspensions. There are 3 transmissions to choose from: a 6-speed manual, and a 6 or 7-speed automatic. Unlike the previous generation R170, the car did not participate in Euro NCAP crash tests. Since its predecessor received a good 4-star rating, it can be assumed that the R171 is even safer. Before buying a used Mercedes SLK R171, you should first check if the electric hardtop works as it should. Any disturbing noises such as squeaking or creaking may indicate the car's accident history. Be sure to also check if any of its seals are leaking. If the mechanism elements were assembled unprofessionally, for example after a visit to a ditch, its precise sealing may be impossible. Let's not be charmed by the roadster. It is not a calm ride. When deciding on a specific SLK model, it is better to avoid the 7-speed automatic gearbox, which has problems with the control module. Its valve housing, which is susceptible to damage, and the failing torque converter are also problematic in operation. During the inspection, be sure to check the condition of the steering gear. Because of the intensive use, fluid leaks appear in many models. The sooner you decide to regenerate it, the better for your wallet. Electronics and electrics can also be unreliable. However, the most common damages are minor elements such as rain sensor, Parktronic system, seat heating, central locking, and DVD reader. Due to the sporty nature of the car, be sure to check the condition of its suspension. You need to look not only at the metal and rubber elements, but also at the shock absorbers, springs, and wishbones. Much depends on the driving style of the previous owner, and European roads do not spare any suspension. The Mercedes SLK R171 is one of the most interesting small roadsters on the market. It's fast, well-made, handles great, and looks great. This car doesn't need any introduction. Disadvantages: high prices of most spare parts, serious gearbox and V engine failures. They don't happen often, but eliminating them is problematic, and a too tight interior. Unfortunately, finding a well-maintained model won't be easy. Most cars have been in serious accidents. Avoid cars imported from the US in particular. The key to success is a thorough inspection of the car before purchase, not only in terms of body and paint repairs, but also in terms of operation. If the model you choose has a series of serious faults, it's worth negotiating a lower price with the seller. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.